Most health coaches fail before they even get started because they're following the wrong blueprint or no blueprint. They waste months creating content, tweaking their websites, and obsessing over their logo, thinking that's what it takes to launch. None of that gets you clients or builds a real business. But the good news is there is a simple, proven blueprint that gets you paying clients fast without the guesswork and burnout or that endless to-do list. I've helped hundreds of health coaches create successful practices, many going from zero income to creating a six-figure business without burning out or wasting months with stuff that doesn't actually move the needle. And I'm going to walk you through the exact steps to launch your online health business the right way, from scratch to scalable. So let's get into it. So first, most new coaches are busy, but not building a business, trying to build a website, funnel, or create your brand before you even know who your ideal client is. How can you attract them if you don't know who they are? So you don't need more tech, you need traction. You don't need a perfect brand, you need a working offer. So we're talking about creating your niche. Now, we're not talking about any old niche that you're picking out of a catalog because that's going to cause competition, anxiety, imposter syndrome. If you decide, hey, I'm going to be a weight loss coach, well, you got to compete with all of the other people who are weight loss coaches. Instead, what I teach is creating a purpose-driven expert niche. It is the antidote for imposter syndrome because it's not out there, it's inside. And so we look at that intersection between those things that light you up, that you are really fun, that you would do even if they didn't pay you, and then those things that you're really good at, you have a track record in. People are asking for your help anyways. And so this intersection is your purpose-driven expert niche. This is something that you are naturally good at. It is what you know and do. So that allows you to be naturally confident and naturally attractive. And so that's going to be a lot easier. But we want to create one specific ideal client avatar, not women 40 to 60. We want 43, perimenopausal, mom of two kids, suburbs. You want to be really specific. Who is that person? Now, of course, you can help anyone you want to help. If your niche is helping busy moms with gut health and a 95-year-old man comes to you and wants help with his knee pain and you know how to help him, then by all means, offer to help him. So you can help whoever you want to. But when you try to help everyone, you end up helping no one. And so we want a client attractive niche to attract people to you. And then you set the filter up in terms of who can you help? Who do you know how to help? So examples of specific niches would be gut health for busy moms, blood sugar for pre-diabetic men over 40, nurses with cervical dystonia. That was an example that Lisbeth had when she came to us. That wasn't even on the radar as her niche. She was going to be helping people with burnout. And while she could have, what changed it from just helping people for free to getting on track to six figures was carving out that niche of helping nurses with cervical dystonia. And that allowed her to stand out from the crowd. We're looking for signal to noise ratio. We want to shine your light so that you can be seen above the noise and chaos of everybody else out there. So niching results in clarity, results in your confidence, and results in clients. I dive into the specifics of this in my book, Six Figure Health Coach. So if you want to dive in for more details on carving out your purpose-driven expert niche, page 31, carve out your expert niche. We go into details on that. So if you're wanting examples and how do you find that for yourself, I'm going to put a link to Six Figure Health Coach down in the description. Grab your copy today. Step 2 is create a signature offer. So you want one clear transformation with clear results, somewhere in the 4 to 12 week range of working with someone. And then you want to price it as a package. Rather than charging by sessions, we want to charge for results. Focus on results rather than sessions, rather than trading time for money, which is a fast path to burnout. We want to deliver excellent results. That was at the core of our six-figure business plan that allowed me as a health coach who had been trying to trade time for money, this many sessions, this many dollars. And I was working really hard and I realized I would never be able to replace my doctor income as a health coach. And so if I couldn't replace at least the bare minimum, I could not leave my medical practice. And so instead of charging by the hour, when you focus on results, that's a game changer. So if we have, and you can't be an expert in everything, but you can be the expert in one thing. So when you have a signature plan, a signature offer that you walk people through who have this problem. Your particular ideal client has this particular ideal client problem that is keeping them up at night, and they want this particular dream come true result, and you can get them from point A to point B, and you have a way to deliver repeatable, excellent results. Word gets out. They'll tell two friends. One of our six-figure health coaches, Sherry, one of her clients referred 10 more. Now, here's why this is genius and is why you can work smarter, not harder. If one of your clients is referring 10 more, all of a sudden, you don't need to do as much effort in content creation, for example, or even paid advertising. A fun fact is that all of the six-figure health coaches that we've helped to co-create have done it with zero paid advertising. Most people are spending thousands of dollars a month on advertising. And so they have to sell that much more just to get to zero. So if we can find a way to deliver results so that we don't even need to do paid ads, so that we don't even need to be an endless hamster wheel of social media content generation, when we can just focus on quality and deliver excellent results, and one client refers 10 more, well, you've just 10x your business. Next, step 3 is to attract people into and invite people into your signature program. So start with people you know. Too often, people start with strangers. All of our six-figure health coaches, their initial clients all came from their warm market, people they already know, like, and trust. So offer a free call, trial sessions, or a diagnostic assessment, a starter kit that leads to your signature offer. And then have these heartfelt conversations with potential clients and listen to what they are really looking for. And then look at, do you know how to solve that? And then solve their need, deliver amazing results, get those testimonials that will circle back around and lead to more clients. And then step 4, build a simple marketing system. You don't have to be fancy. Just create client attractive messaging, specifically what I call your power statement that follows the formula. I help ideal client with ideal client problem get dream come true so they can bonus benefit. All marketing is just, hey, ideal client, got this ideal client problem, want this dream come true solution? Call to action, private message me, join my webinar, comment below. So in your power statement, we've got a lot of that. And if we can say that one sentence confidently, I help ideal client with this ideal client problem get this dream come true solution so they can bonus benefit. That's client attractive. So let's say you're in your warm market, you are connecting at a community barbecue, and you meet somebody and you say, hey, how was your summer? They usually will, law of reciprocity, ask you the same thing. How was your summer? And you can reply with a version of your power statement. And you can say, oh my goodness, I am so excited. I am now helping these people with this problem get this dream come true. But how about you? Go back to what they were talking about. Otherwise, if we just leave it there, sometimes it can feel like a infomercial, especially if you don't have a short, clear power statement. So if you've made it too long, if you've made it too flowery and not about real problems, and you talk about being connected and loving yourself, they're not even going to know what you do. And they'll just say, oh, that sounds good. But when you talk about a problem that they have, that becomes client attractive. And so with Lisbeth, when she says, I help nurses with cervical dystonia get out of pain, overcome their anxiety, improve their mobility, somebody might say, I don't have cervical dystonia, but I'm a nurse. Could you help me? And someone else would say, I don't have cervical dystonia, but I have back pain. Could you help me? And someone else might say, oh my goodness, my best friend has cervical dystonia. Could you help her? And all of a sudden, with that statement, we've become a magnet. We've attracted people. Because especially when you say something like lupus or cervical dystonia that's unusual, or migraines or epilepsy, their mind is instantly, even as I say those words, if you know anyone with that, Crohn's, anything, your mind immediately made the connection to somebody who had that. You end up creating people who are doing marketing for you only because they really want to help. And you are someone who is able to help people like that. And if you can help people with this extreme problem, then they know for sure you can help them with feeling a little bit better. So creating a power statement, if you have a power statement, that is client attractive. You don't need fancy funnels yet. And that is how you can get started with your first 3 to 5 clients. So once we've attracted those people, then we want to immediately, we don't want to sell them on anything. We don't want to talk about our offer because we don't even know if we're going to invite them. We just invite them to hop on a call and have these heart-centered conversations with potential people to find out where are they at. And if you don't know how to help them, almost certainly you know someone who does. And that's the wonderful thing about our community at the Health Professional Academy. We have so many experts in so many different niches that you can show up on a call with confidence knowing that. And it feels really good to refer someone over. One of our clients, Catherine, helps people reverse Alzheimer's. I mean, and she has the data to prove it. I mean, wow. And so if you meet someone who's struggling with that and you're leading with love and you have a heart, by all means, you're going to be naturally inclined to refer someone over. But if she helped people generically feel healthy, that's not going to be attractive. If people want to be healthy, they go to the gym or they go to the doctor's office. They're not finding you. So because people don't know what health coaches are, you have to create your unique power statement of who you serve, the problem you solve, the dream come trues that you deliver. So once we've attracted these first few clients from your warm market and started to help them, then the next step is to systemize and scale. So you want to keep the same structure for your one signature program, your one offer for your one ideal client niche that delivers the best results. Of course, you're going to customize to your clients, create efficiency, scalability with that one ideal client avatar. You want to have the same general process that you walk people through, starting with the basics and then moving on to supplementals, starting with the simple things for them to implement, like drinking water, and then moving on to things that are more difficult, the things that give the biggest results so that they can get those big wins early on. And that process is going to be the same for everyone so that you can show up with confidence, knowing exactly what you're doing every step of the way. But of course, you're going to customize. Someone's going to be allergic to strawberries or nuts, or somebody might have mobility issues. And so you have to adjust things. Somebody might be working shift work. So you're going to customize your program for that particular client, but following the same basic framework. Things that are appropriate and important for 100% of your clients, that becomes the scaffolding, the backbone. And then you fill it in and customize each stage. That allows you to work more efficiently. That allows you to start to automate it. At some point, as you're scaling, you can hire assistants, virtual assistants, helping you with booking calendars or doing some triage calls or check-ins with your clients, checking emails, etc. So these things then can start to scale. Now, with the right business plan, you can reach 6 figures without a lot of assistance or technology. But as you grow, as your time becomes more of a premium, those are wonderful ways to be able to deliver as a team, and because it feels really great to have an exponential reach with your clients. So let's talk about a timeline for launching. What might this look like if you're like, okay, this sounds good. Okay, I want to go now. Okay, so what could your first 30 to 90 days look like? Forget the websites and the funnels. We just want to nail down your niche and nail down your offer right away. The following week, talk to people and book those calls, have those heart-centered conversations, and then start in that 4 weeks or so, start enrolling those first beta 5 clients, and then refine your systems and ascend clients to continually meet their needs. In Six Figure Health Coach, chapter 8 here, page 68, work with what works. As you start going, you're going to work with what works. Not everything's going to be perfect right off the bat. So you look after you launch something or you invite someone or you do a sales call or you do a workshop, what went well? How can we make it even better? And what would we do differently next time? So that process of work with what works, we talk a little bit about that in Six Figure Health Coach. Make sure that you have your copy. But that's the general philosophy. And we're really going to fail all the way to the top because we're continually refining and improving, making it more efficient, delivering better results, faster, easier. Okay, so here's some common pitfalls to avoid as you're launching your business. Number 1, waiting until everything is perfect. That day never exists. We're just going to do it messy. Number 2, building your marketing before you've defined your niche or validated your offer. That's going at it backwards. That's spending a lot of time potentially going in the wrong direction. Number three, getting stuck in content creation instead of actual heartfelt conversations. And then most importantly, comparing to other coaches and content creators. I know of many health coaches who've come across our desk looking for help. 95% have no paying clients. That's why I do this. I want to change that. That's why we're on a mission to help this world be a healthier, happier place. And some of these people have 20,000 Instagram followers, but not a single paying client. I also, and I won't out him, but he is famous. He is Instagram famous, and yet he's broke. So we want to focus on the right things. We want to focus on the right things, get to the root cause of the dis-ease in your business. We need to have an offer. If we don't have something to offer someone, we're out of business. And that offer consists of your niche, who you're helping, what you're helping them with, how you're helping them, your program, and a business plan so that when you implement it, you're not burning out. You're not trading time for dollars. Then we need to have a way to attract people to your offer. A simple power statement can do wonders, especially when it's in your warm market. So we need to have some sort of a client attraction system. As you systemize and scale, yep, that's when we are going to introduce those fancy funnels that will allow that to work more automated and scale as you grow. And then once we've attracted people to what you offer, we have to have a way to invite them into what you offer. And those are those heartfelt conversations. And so with that, check out how to have those heart-centered conversations to transform your sales calls. Be good for you.